Hi, this is Mike Lingle from Rocket Proforma, and today I'm going to talk about the cash flywheel for Internet of Things companies. So I'm going to take the Ring doorbell as a example. And so when we think about the cash flow, the first thing you have to do with the hardware company is design the hardware and then also the software for it. And that usually is very cash intensive, so there's a lot of upfront expense. If you're just doing software, you can often launch a beta version or an alpha version and start to monetize that ahead of time. But with IoT, you have to have the physical device. So once you've done the design, you need to manufacture the devices, which again is another expense. Then you have to find customers and ship the devices. So all of these are expenses that you're incurring before you generate revenue. Then you can sell the devices. So that's the first green item on this sea of red. And then you have to take returns. And what happens is once you get into the flywheel, you start to ramp and grow the business over time. But it's very cash intensive up front. I'm actually amazed after working with a few IoT companies that there are any devices in the world or that anyone starts these companies. It's clearly possible, and we have all kinds of great devices, but you just have to plan the cash accordingly. And one thing that helps is you can drive a little bit of cash with Kickstarter or somewhere else. Once you have the design done and you're just looking for money for manufacturing, that's where Kickstarter can come in. A, it puts some cash in so you can pay them for the manufacturing, and B, it also gets you some customers. So I've worked with a few IoT devices. One of them did an amazing job. They made it once around the cash flow flywheel. They did an almost $300,000 Kickstarter with thousands of backers. They shipped 3,000 units to customers. They were featured on TV. They had retail sales. They got a celebrity spokesperson. They got the patent. They were starting to work on version 2. And they couldn't make it around the cash flywheel again. And it was painful because they did everything right. And part of the challenge is R&D. Not only do you have to get this right the first time, but then you have to innovate, especially if you end up in a popular space. You know, if something's going well, lots of competitors are going to jump into the space. And if you look at Ring, they're launching all sorts of products, new versions of products, Video Doorbell 2, Video Doorbell Pro, Video Doorbell Elite. And so it gets really expensive really quickly, and you need to plan for it. And so one thing to think about is you can drive more money by selling subscriptions as well. And so you see these device companies selling subscriptions in order to continue to monetize their customer over time. It's expensive to sell the customer the first time, so you want to do more than just a one-time sale. You want to sell subscriptions. So there was a device company called Canary that was a home security device. And they were selling devices, and then you very quickly saw them add subscription. And I knew an investor who invested in this company, and the reason this person put money in was not for the devices, but the fact that they had been selling subscriptions for a year and they were seeing a 95% renewal rate on those annual subscriptions. That's what got the investor excited. And that's what drove cash into the business to help them survive, help them grow, help them meet all the cash requirements of their cash flywheel. So IoT devices are an expensive business. We have all kinds of great devices. It's certainly possible, but you need to design the hardware. You need to design the software for the hardware. You need to manufacture the devices. You need to market and ship the devices. And then you need to be able to have enough cash to do it all again, right? Create the new version of the device, manufacture the new version of the device, take the returns, do the marketing. So plan appropriately when you're putting this type of company together. Thanks so much. This is Mike Lingle from Rocket Proforma, and good luck with your IoT device. Reach out to me with questions or comments. I'm happy to help you out. Thanks so much.